Good day and hello everybody, it is Sierra and I'm sitting in my big comfy chair and it is... What is happening? Ah!
Hey guys, so I'm Kara, I have the channel Imagination Nerd and I'm joining up with Big Comfy Chair because I love her.
So as you just saw, that is my good friend Kara. She runs Imagination Nerd. And we have been friends for a while, and so we decided to do a collab together because who doesn't love a good collab? We're going to be talking about our favorite Jane Austen adaptations. And that can be movie, it can be TV, it can be pretty much whatever we want because we are the ones talking about it.
Adaptations that I adore of Jane Austen's works. 'Cause Jane Austen is my favorite. She's my favorite. I will always be Team Jane Austen. Always. Sense and Sensibility. I really liked the BBC miniseries that was done in 2008 that has Dan Stevens as Edward Ferrars. Dan Stevens as Edward Ferrars. Best thing ever. Best thing ever. I thought it was really well done, and because the characters are around like the 18, 19, 20 age bracket, specifically Eleanor, it really works out well that the actors are as young as they are.
That was a good choice, Kara. I'd have to say that my favorite Sense and Sensibility is also the 2008 BBC version. I thought that it was very well done, and it's nice because the 1995 version, Emma Thompson was a little too old to play her character, and so it was nice to see people that actually belonged in those characters, and I think that they did a really good job. And of course, who doesn't love Sense and Sensibility?
Pride and Prejudice. I really like the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I think that was a really well done web series that modernizes Pride and Prejudice, and Ashley Clements is just downright awesome. Elizabeth Bennet, like, I love her. And Mary-Kate Wiles as Lydia, I fell in love with Lydia, which is a character I typically absolutely detest. But the amount of detest I had for Lydia in the Lizzie Bennet Diaries was I detested her so much that I loved her, which is kind of a new thing for me because the other version, the other adaptation that I really like is the 2005 version with Keira Knightley. You have Jenna Malone as Lydia in that version, and I just hated her. I mean, I liked Jenna Malone as Lydia, but I just hated the character. There was no love for that character, I just hated her. You also have your wonderful Mr. Darcy's, like, oh, Daniel Vincent Gordon as Darcy in LVD. So much swooning. So much swooning. He has the Darcy character down to a science, and it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And then you have Matthew McFadden in the 2005 version. He's pretty great. I have to say I like Daniel Vincent Gordon more, but he's pretty great still.
My favorite Pride and Prejudice adaptation, now this is really hard for me. I love the 2005 version with Keira Knightley and Matthew McFadden. I think that version, despite the fact that it's shorter and it doesn't necessarily stick to the actual main book, I thought that it was great because it kind of brought a new sexuality into Pride and Prejudice, because back in Jane Austen's day you couldn't really have that kind of chemistry with people, or if you did, you know, it was kind of frowned upon. But I think that they did a really good job of kind of keeping that chemistry and having that sexual connection between Darcy and Lizzie, but also keeping it very Jane Austen and no, you know, nothing in haste, nothing, yeah. Yeah. I also love the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I love Ashley Clements. I thought that they did such a good job at adapting such a story that does actually translate really well into modern times, but it's a little bit more difficult because, especially back in Jane Austen's day, there was a lot more standards to what you had to follow, and I think that they did such a good job. I love Ashley Clements. She makes me really happy. She's pretty too, so, you know, it works. But I thought that they did such a great job.
Mansfield Park. I prefer the 2007 version. That's probably just because that was the first version I saw, and I love Billie Piper. Yeah. So I think that was well done. Again, it was BBC. BBC is just awesome when it comes to adaptations of Jane Austen's works. They never miss a thing. So yeah, there's that.
My favorite Mansfield Park has got to be the 1999 version. I love Johnny Lee Miller and I think he did such a good job playing Edmund, and I just thought that it was a fairly good adaptation. It's probably not as true as it could be, but it was definitely a very good adaptation and I was very impressed with it.
Emma. I love the 2009 miniseries that BBC did, and it's beautiful. There's really nothing more to say other than it's just downright awesome. I love the cast that they have for that. If I remember correctly, it's Johnny Lee Miller as Mr. Knightley, and he was an excellent Mr. Knightley. Johnny Lee Miller has been quite a few Austen heroes. Like, he was, thoughts come together. He was in the 1999 version of Mansfield Park, and then, so he already had like that version. So to see him in another adaptation was kind of cool because that's not something you see all that often, but I liked him as Mr. Knightley.
My favorite Emma adaptation has got to also be the BBC 2009. It was amazing. I love Romola Guari. I love Johnny Lee Miller. I thought the whole thing was great. I love how well they stuck to the story. I loved pretty much everything that they did. I don't think I have anything bad that I can say about that adaptation, honestly. I wish it were longer. My favorite Emma adaptation has got to also be the BBC 2009. It was amazing. I love Romola Guari. I love Johnny Lee Miller. I thought the whole thing was great. I love how well they stuck to the story. I loved pretty much everything that they did. I don't think I have anything bad that I can say about that adaptation, honestly. I wish it were longer.
Northanger Abbey, my all-time favorite. Like, I love Northanger Abbey out of all of Jane Austen's novels. And there's only been one adaptation of that, and it was done by BBC. It has J.J. Fields as Mr. Tilney, and Felicity Jones as Catherine Morland, and William Beck as Mr. Thorpe. And I hated Mr. Thorpe, so well done, William Beck. Like, as Carey Mulligan as Isabella Thorpe, and I hated Isabella Thorpe when she did her really, really not so nice thing. So it was just like, you know, well casted, and the way that they portrayed the gothic aspects of this, because this is Jane Austen's gothic romance novel. It was just, so awesome. It was like the right amount of creepy, but the right amount of awesome for a gothic romance.
My favorite Northanger Abbey is the only one that there's ever been. It's Jane Austen's only My favorite Northanger Abbey is the only one that there's ever been. As Kara said, it is Jane Austen's only gothic romance novel, and despite it not being my favorite book, I thought that it was a very good adaptation.
And last but certainly not least, Persuasion. I really liked the 2007 version with Rupert Penry Jones as Captain Wentworth. Love him as Captain Wentworth. Again, so much swooning. So much swooning. And just, you could feel the connection between Anne and Captain Wentworth in that version. I feel like a lot better than the one that was made in like '96. And it was just great.
My favorite Persuasion adaptation has got to be the 2007 one. I love Rupert Penry Jones and Sally Hawkins as Wentworth and Anne Elliot. I thought they did such a good job. It was very Persuasion to me, which is very important because honestly, if you're gonna do an adaptation of a book like one of Jane Austen's, you really have to do it well.
Those are my personal favorite choices. I'm sure there will be continuously making adaptations because there's like a bajillion Pride and Prejudice adaptations. I personally actually am looking at adapting Northanger Abbey into a vlog series. It's something I would like to do because it's my favorite and I love it and think it's possible. So yeah. if you want to come check out more of what I do, you can click on my face. Click on my face. Sierra put a note annotation right here so I can click on my face. And y'all can just kind of check it out, and I will see y'all next video if you come and check out the stuff on my channel. Yeah. Sierra, I love you. I love you, my Jenny. Lizzie out.
So we hope that you enjoyed our Jane Austen adaptation likes. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up or hit the little subscribe button, and be sure to go down in the description and click the link for Kara's channel, or go back a little bit and click on her face and go subscribe to her because she's fabulous and I love her. And we're probably going to be doing a lot more of these together, wink wink, so be sure to hang out, come and hang out for those. And I will see you guys on Monday. I love you all so so much, and I love Kara, the beautiful Lizzie to my Jane. Stay beautiful, everybody.